Hello, my name is Andrea Little and I'm a data scientist. My project is on reinforcement learning with the board game Small World. So a bit about the game. Small World is similar to the game Risk, in that you're trying to conquer territories, but instead of trying to conquer the whole world, the game ends after 10 turns, and you also get to choose special powers to play with. And these determine how many pieces you get, synonymous to the armies in Risk. You may also retire your character, called Going into Decline, and choose a new character. You collect coins for owning territories and from your special powers, and whoever gets the most coins wins. So some simplifications to the game were made. In the original game, there are 14 characters and 20 powers to choose from. You can play with 2 to 4 people. I chose to model the 2-player version with 2 combinations of characters and special powers. And usually when you go into Decline in the original game, you choose a unique combination, but in my model, you get the same combination again when you go into Decline. So the first one is the Ratmen with the Forest power. The Ratmen, their power is in their numbers, and their Forest power gives them additional coin for occupying forest regions. And you get 12 character tokens to play with. Second one is Trolls in the Pillaging power. The Trolls' power is that each area they occupy has an extra defense, and their Pillaging one gives them an additional coin for non-empty regions. They get 10 people. So I modeled the game with a peace class, which keeps track of what terrain type that is, the entry point, the number of rats and trolls alive and dead, and the board class is an array made up of instances of the peace class. And it keeps track of the piece and its relationship to other pieces. There's a player class, which keeps track information about the player, their opponent, number of pieces, and such, decline spaces as well. And then a gameplay class, which is an instance of the board game class and the Ratman and Troll player classes. So we have the class piece, and instances of the piece class are made for each board game piece, and this all feeds into the class board. And then the board class is the environment in Q-Learning, and it's the methods in gameplay make changes to the fields in the board class. And for example, the take turn method would make changes to the number of trolls and ratmen on that board piece accordingly. And then the gameplay class also makes changes to the fields in the player class. So if a player loses a piece, it'll subtract 1 from that player's total pieces and also remove that space from the spaces occupied field for that player. Then the gameplay class feeds into the manager or the Q-Learning portion. So a neural net learns the value of moves from players making mostly random moves in the beginning. And then this manager calls methods from gameplay based on which action the neural net recommends. So I made 2 different neural nets, one for each character in the game. And this is because different actions give each character coins in different ways since they have different powers. So I made a sequential neural net with 2 hidden layers using the sigmoid and linear activation functions. And I trained on about 1,000 games. So I'm going to show a short video of my models playing each other. So analyzing the moves that were made by these 2 models, So the troll was taking a lot of the Lost Tribes tokens, which is an easy way to get a non-empty region. So they got a lot of extra coins there, and then the trolls also took a forest region away from the Ratmen. They may have learned that taking a coin away from the Ratmen would be good for them. And then right after the trolls took the forest region from the Ratmen, they stole it right back the next turn. So this means that model may have learned that the forest region was very valuable to the Ratmen. However, the Ratmen kept attacking the trolls. This is somewhat unexplainable because it takes a lot of Ratmen to take a troll region. They have +1 defense, so that's an extra rat for every region. This may have been one of the downfalls of the model. And another thing is the trolls only took the Ratmen once, even though their power was to take non-empty regions. They did get a lot of non-empty region bonuses from taking the Lost Tribes, but they did not do this much with the Ratmen. This also could have been a downfall of the model. Thank you.